Right then, this is a quick walk around video of an absolutely lovely Lexus. It's a CT200 hybrid and it's the F Sport model. First of these really lovely facelift models. As you can see here, finished in white, car's covered just 65,000 miles from new. It has some fairly major options fitted to it which make it really stand out. It's got the lovely dark red rose leather interior. I've got that all one way around, I'm sure, but it looks stunning in the car. It's also got heated electric seats, adjustable seats, memory seats, reverse parking camera. There's going to be other stuff which I failed to mention, but it is a lovely package on the car. Going around it, it is in beautiful condition. Front of the car, new style front end. I do apologise, it's a bit windy. In lovely condition. Also, by the way, a lovely sunny day, as you can see, but it's parked in the shade so you can actually see any blemishes more clearly, not to hide them. Front of the car, again, in terms of the bonnet, very, very clean. Can't see any obvious stone chips there. Near side, beautifully smooth down the panel work, really crisp, no car parking indentations. Near side front alloy, and this is the one that takes all of the bashing because it's closest to the curb, and apart from a bit of on the outside edge on the curb, the rim, main spokes are really good. There's a tiny bit of wear there, but for an 11-year-old car, very, very good. Near side rear alloy is in beautiful condition. Bumper corner at the back, very, very clean. Same with the load area, got the new style front end with a little diffuser. Looks really rather nice. Offside of the car, again, beautifully smooth down the panels, no car parking indentations there at all. Offside rear alloy, very, very good indeed. Down the main panel work again, very, very, very clean. And offside front alloy, generally good, just a couple of marks on the outside edge, but in all honesty, for a car of its age, it is in beautiful condition. Coming to the back, as you'd expect of any Lexus, beautifully finished. This one's no different. Coming to the back of the car now, you've got this lovely interior. It's stunning, and it's been kept in absolutely beautiful condition as well. Coming to the front now on the passenger side, again, very clean, full set of original tailored mats. You've got the electrical adjustments on this passenger seat, which is in beautiful condition again. Finally coming to the driver's door card, really very clean as well. Memory settings on the top there. Footwell area lovely and clean. And driver's seat itself, for a car of its age, is in incredibly good condition. Inside the car now, engine's running, so dash is illuminated. You're inside one of the best interiors in its class. It's in stunning condition. Sat nav, as you can see, working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse, and you've got that lovely clear parking camera, and that complements the front and rear parking sensors. Coming down the dashboard, you can see it's just been kept beautifully. Come to the dash binnacle, 65,540 miles. Engine's running, and there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus CT200 hybrid, and it's the F Sport model. Car's registered YA14OGD, and mileage at the start of the road test is 65,529 miles. The reason we do all these videos is very simple actually. It's purely just to make sure that if anyone's online, they actually get to see the car in operation, especially this part, the road test section. Unfortunately, like lots and lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in a description or a photograph, only to get there and find out that unfortunately it's got an obvious fault that shows up as soon as you drive the car, and that can be really frustrating if you've driven any kind of distance, of course. We also did the road test on part of the road test route, so the test drive route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll then be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go and drive in the car yourself. So I was struggling to get my words out this morning. By the way, it's a beautiful day, and there's lovely part of Gloucestershire. With a low sun, it may get a bit glary later on the camera, so I do apologise, but I have to squeeze these videos in as and when I can. So coming to the car, press the button, engine whirs into life, hybrid system whirs into life silently. As soon as it starts up, there's no warning lights on the dashboard at all related to the engine or any other part of the car actually. For those that don't know, possibly living in a cave for the last 30 years or so, this is a self-charging hybrid, so it shouldn't strike fear into your hearts like it can with, you know, potentially pure electric cars. And I'm only talking about range. The fact is, you drive, own and run this car like a normal petrol car. It's as simple as that. The beauty of it is that when I hit the brakes, like I just have done, and when I back off the throttle, it replenishes the battery and then tops it up again and then uses it as accelerator away. The clever part is how it all comes together, and it is utter genius, borderline witchcraft, because you're going to hardly feel it. You're driving along, suddenly you notice a little EV light will come on as you're coasting at low speeds, goes into electric mode. What 99% of people say as soon as they've driven one of these is the word they keep using is seamless. It is so smooth, the power delivery, and especially if you stop-start traffic, having to manoeuvre, and those are the times when it can be really grating in a normal car. Even a good automatic, they can get a bit clunky. They can't quite work out what gear to go in. Whereas this has that, all the advantages of an electric car at low speed, where they are wonderfully serene. But it's joyous, absolutely joyous. So when you come to a stop, like I'm going to come to any second now, so you basically just come to a normal stop. Now an automatic, it'd go down the gears, and if I went to pull away now, it wouldn't know whether to be in second or first. That is just so smooth because it uses a CVT gearbox, so it's constantly variable, which basically means you've got no gear change. It keeps the engine in its optimum revs at all times as much as it possibly can, and it's wonderfully smooth. You've just got this elastic band of sort of power delivery. When you put your foot down hard, the revs will go up, and then you kind of catch up with the revs, but only if you're brutal on the revs, if you're doing an overtake. So if I imagined a tractor there now, shuffle foot down, there's the engine, back off the throttle, and you kind of smooth it out. If you drive the car like a hooligan the whole time, it'd be quite annoying. It isn't. It's absolutely brilliant. Coming onto the steering and chassis, I've always liked the CT200s because it's a keen car. It's got a good front end on it and good steering, and I think that's really important. The steering is beautifully weighted, positive, accurate, absolutely precise, and it also never makes the car feel unsettled. Sometimes if they're too quick, they could be a little bit nervous, whereas this is just absolutely on the sweet spot. Also worth pointing out, there's absolutely no vibrations from the steering at this speed, or any speed actually up to the legal limit, and it tracks lovely and straight as well. Coming to the handling of the car, again, because it's got such a good front end on the car, when you do go through corners, it doesn't matter what road you're on, whether it be a B road, A road, or obviously motorway, but it loves that change of direction. It corners quite flat, and it digs into the corners wonderfully well, and yet it's still, for what is quite a sporty car in its own right, it rides actually very well. It's it's only the sharpest ridges that will make themselves really known in the car, but I just think it's on the right side for me. Too much harder, you wouldn't want to, you wouldn't relax. But I've had loads of these and I've never found them uncomfortable. Worth pointing out, over this horrible section of road, absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath the vehicle at all. So give the brakes a good shove. Nice solid brake pedal on the car, and there's no sort of pulsing or vibrations coming back to the vehicle at all, so all in very good order there. And then finally we come inside the car. I've always maintained, and I stand by it, I think this is the best interior in its class by quite a long way.
quite often the manufacturers will lay claim to the fact that when you're in a car, it makes it feel like a sort of cockpit. You know, you're in the car, and it's utter marketing blurb. It's rubbish. You know, this genuinely does. You feel really intimate with the car in a lovely way. It's got brilliant build quality. They are beautifully put together. Wonderful material quality throughout the cabin as well. All of the switch gears are really high quality, damped feel to it. Sat nav working perfectly. Dual zone climate control likewise. That pumps out lovely cold air. Heated seats. Because this is a big spec car, as I say in the walk around section. But what stands out to me is it's the detailing in here, which is very hard to put your finger on in terms of kind of what I mean. It's the little things. It's the fact, you know, the red stitched leather surrounding the centre console here. The centre console has that feeling of a very high quality hi-fi from years ago, in a good way, because it still looks modern, but it's the detailing, which is expensive to manufacture and make look like this. Everything has that look about it. When you look at the dashboard in front, you've got this beautiful, simplistic readout. It's so easy on the eye. And when you're in eco and normal mode, as I am now, you've got this lovely soft blue backlighting to it. Twist this to the right, go into sport mode. Suddenly you've got a rev counter appeared, red backlighting, and the throttle response is noticeably quicker in this mode. I generally drive mine in sport mode the whole time, the ones I've had, but round town it might be in normal or eco mode. It's, you know, personal preference. It's a wonderful car, really, really is. They're lovely to drive. But the point of the video was just to show it off and, you know, point out any obvious defects. There's nothing. It drives absolutely beautifully.